So next part is all about this part 2, momentum of energy. So momentum of energy. How on earth do we stop creating that spiral? How do we stop ourselves from creating this spiral of energy? So have you ever noticed when things that are going on in our lives and in our worlds right now, or can sometimes be going on in our lives and in our worlds, seem to get worse? The more that you focus on it, the worse it seems to become. The more people that focus on it and start talking about it and things going wrong and things going bad, it starts to create this energy vortex that starts to spin and spin and spin and spin. And it actually creates this vortex that looks like this, if you could see it. In fact, I might get my flip chart out for you. Should I get the flip chart out? 1 second. 1 second. So let's do a diagram. Please do not laugh at my drawings. I'm not looking for approval. So here we go. Energy vortex. Have you ever noticed? Let's keep it simple. We have a bad thought about something. We think something's going on. We end up in a bad way. We end up in a bad place. And we create a thought. And what begins to happen is it creates this spiral. And the more we think the thought, the more it starts to spiral, the more it starts to go. And then we think some more, and we think some more, and we think some more, and we think some more. And it ends up seeming to get faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Now, this energy focus, this happens energetically with everything. Have you ever seen those things where, you know, like there's a riot, suddenly spontaneously erupts. All of a sudden, a crowd of normal, seemingly good, happy people suddenly erupt into this spontaneous outbreak of a fight. And it's kind of this crowd mentality or this energy that what it is not that everybody has simultaneously gone crazy. What it is that collectively what's happened is the energy has all synchronized to this one vibration or this one frequency. And when the energy starts synchronizing to this frequency and more and more and more things get connected into it, it will start to perpetuate this momentum of energy. Now, if it is a negative energy, whether it's a thought we're feeling, whether it's an emotion we're experiencing, whether it's something we're talking to a friend about, whether it's something we're thinking about over and over and over and over and over again, the more energy we give to that one thing, the more we start to focus on it, what's going to happen is it creates this vortex. And as it gets stronger, more and more things and more people and more thoughts that actually represent the very thing that you're saying that you don't want to happen begin to happen. So the way for us to stop this and to stop these things from literally sweeping up everything that's going on in our lives is for us to learn to redirect our energy. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm hoping by now that you have heard something about the 5 steps of EAM and that you are probably using it in some way, shape or form in your life. Now, the way for you to start managing your energy, today's video series is all about mastering your energy, is to recognize when this is happening. Whether it's something you're thinking, whether it's something you're feeling, whether it's something you're doing, whether it's something you're saying, whether it's a conversation you're in, this is about you learning to manage your energy, us learning to manage our own energy, all of us. I am forever doing this. Our team are forever doing this. Our mentors are forever doing this. I'm sorry to say, it's kind of a never-ending journey. But the purpose of learning to manage your energy is so that you prevent more of these situations from coming at you or allowing you to sweep you into this vortex of things where everything just seems to be going wrong and getting worse and creating more negative stuff in your life. Because as you get swept up, it's literally like you get swept off your feet. If you imagine this was one of those big typhoons, or is it tornadoes? Typhoon, tornado-y things that they have in America, that, you know, you always see these giant funnels that, and people are like swimming around in them. This is exactly what it's like. And we can literally get swept up off our feet and everything gets taken away from us. Or it feels like our control and our energy and our power is taken away from us. So what is it that we want to do, and how do we focus ourselves to get back out of there? So we're just saying good and bad because it's easier easier to explain for the picture. But what we want to do is create these good vibes, these good vibrations. And so from here, the way for you to begin that is by releasing the resistance with EAM. Now, there are 5 steps to EAM for those of you who haven't yet come along to explore what it is or really started using it. It's step 4 of the EAM process, which we call transform. That's where you actually release the resistance that's standing in the way. So if you find yourself stuck in this tornado of energy going on, then the work to do is to follow the 5 steps. And step 4 will release you from the resistance that created it. And then what you actually can then do with EAM, with step 5, is where we get to create the magic. Step 5 is where you get to redirect that energy into something you would choose to think, feel, create, or experience. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy is never really good or bad. It's just that it's either focused in the direction of the things that you want, or it's focused in the direction of the things that you don't want. And you have at your hands at any moment in time the possibility for you to redirect that energy. So step 4 helps you to release the direction of the energy that's going the direction you want. And step 5 I'm sure you have to love the technicality of my drawing. But step 5 is what allows you to create your own vortex that actually allows you to raise your energy back up so that you can start calling in anything that you want. Everything in your life is energy. Everything you see around you, everything you feel around you, everything you're interacting with, everything you perceive is all energy first. We are just so used to living our life in this reality, or living our lives looking at everything that we see that's going on around us, that we forget that we are primarily made of energy. Everything in the world is energetically focused. If any of you have seen in my book, I haven't got the page actually. Let me see if I can find it super quickly. Hold on. Have I got it to hand? Here we go. In the book, can you see this? This is really not the most technical way of showing you, but if you see just here in the middle, or this whole thing is our electromagnetic energy frequency. This tiny little rectangle here in the middle is the only piece of the energy spectrum that we can actually see with our eyes. Yet we are living in amongst all of this electromagnetic energy all the time. We cook our dinner with it. We neutralize germs and bacteria and things like that with it within hospitals or within medical facilities. We use it to power our phones. We use it to talk to each other across the internet. We use electromagnetic energy in our lives all the time, and we know the influence that these things have in our life experience. Yet just because we can't see them, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And the same applies to you. Just because you can't see all of your energy, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Just because you can't see everything that you've got going on around you all the time, doesn't mean that there aren't things happening in your energy, that your energy isn't vibrating at a certain frequency. It is happening all the time. It is everything that you think, it is everything that you feel, it is everything that you perceive coming in from the world outside of you, is all energetically based. And when we start to live our lives from this place of being able to recognize when we've got this bad energy going on or when we've got this good energy stuff going on and choosing to redirect it for ourselves, that's when you start to create magic. That's when you can start to truly begin to shift all of these different things that you've got going on around you. So I'm hoping that makes a bit more sense. Can you thumbs up or hearts or love or like, or send me a comment or something underneath if this is making sense to you? But the momentum of energy is always there. And you can either choose to allow this momentum of energy to take you down in a spiral, or you can choose to use the power of momentum of energy to allow you to raise your energy vibration up, to really allow you to shift your energy into a place that you want it to be instead. So again, for those of you who may not have been here at the very, very beginning, please, please, please come and find out more about this. We are running an epic 3-day event in January where I'm going to be sharing loads more stuff from the book. And it's all stuff that I've never really shared before on the ultimateselfhelplive.com. And you can come and find out more about the event. But we're actually going to begin working together from the very, very, very beginning of January. From January the 9th, we're going to be kicking off with 2 awesome trainings to get you ready for the 3-day event itself. And then after the 3-day event, we're actually going to run a further 2 trainings, because I know what it's like when you've been to an event, you leave all inspired and yeah, I'm going to change my life. And then you get home and you think, what was all of that? I've completely forgotten everything that we were talking about. So after the event, we're going to be there with you for a further 2 weeks to help you put all of these different things into place. So if you want to find out more, please do pop over to ultimateselfhelplive.com to go and find out more about it. But if you've enjoyed what I've shared so far in this video, please do like and comment and share with any of your friends if you think this might be helpful.